13. Holy moly, there's a lot of you guys in the chat already. Awesome. We've got Nick, Olivia, Strife. Looks like there's 6 people here already. Wow. How's everyone's week going? Just getting myself situated on this end. Can everyone hear me? Everyone can hear me good? You made it. No technical glitches. We're good. Got Olivia here early tonight. Let's go. Ashley, what's up? No, that's 2 weeks from now. Hi, Skibbity. No worries. Hello, hello, hello. Holy, look at you all. Mon Schleich is here. Let's go. What a motley crew we've already got here tonight. Where's my boy Buck at? Well, I'll line him up for grand finale night. Tonight, Harry Potter. I feel like I'm pretty good at Harry Potter. I think I'll be all right on that. Okay, so tonight is week 13. The current leaderboard stands. Ashley's in first place with an 8-point lead over Nick Thunder. Third place is Alex, followed by me. Stumped you guys almost 60 times so far this year. Maybe more tonight. Who knows? Yeah, he was mentioning that he might. No, you can't ask it yet. You got to ask it on grand finale night. Don't waste it. So tonight is video game trivia. Video game trivia tonight. 50 retro video game questions. All are, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10 hardness. They're like some are a 5 and some are an 8. So that's tonight. Retro video games. I don't think they're that hard, Olivia. You may get some. It might be, General Strife. It might be. Okay, so I'm writing names down. I've got Nick here, Ashley, Strife, Olivia, Alex. I saw Mon Schleich here. Who else? We've got 2 more minutes. No rush. Do not back out. Stop that. What up, Buck? Buck is in the house. Got the bell ready. It's not going to be as hard as last week. You play board games? Oh, you're going to love the video I'm releasing this week. I'm doing a video on Pizza Party. The 1987 Parker Brothers Pizza Party. So I do not know if you guys saw the standings or the announcement I made. There's 2 more weeks left of regular season. So this week and next week. And then Tuesday, March 10th will be the final week of the winter season. That'll be the grand finale. And then I'll take a bit of a hiatus to do other things. But then we'll be back. So it'll be 15 weeks or 15 weeks, which I think is pretty good. That's like 3.5 months, almost 4 months. So it gives me a break. Ooh, like what kind? Like stand up? Tommy's here. Tommy actually surpassed Buck in the standings this week. Buck, you got to do something about it. Solid crew. Solid crew here tonight. We've had 34 players acquire points. So that's good. We are starting in 1 minute. Nothing wrong with that. So tonight is retro video game night. Every season there's a video game night. This is week 13. Get ready. Oh, that's sick. Get NBA Jam and I'll be there. Okay, we are starting. This is week 13 of retro trivia. Questions, there will be 50 video game related questions tonight. Spelling will be monitored. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Yes. Getting down to the nitty gritty tonight, which means points will be harder to come by, and I will be extremely stringent on our 2 leaders because every point in an 8-point differential matters. So current standings are Ashley is in first with 210 points. Second place is Nick Thunder. So if you want to back one of them, that is who you have to cheer for. Nick is 8 points behind. Ashley is a one-time champion of retro trivia last season. Nick won the first 2 seasons. So can Nick be a 3-time champion? Or can Ashley go 2-time? No pressure. No pressure at all. But let's go. Question 1. Retro video games. What was the name of the first arcade game to feature a boss fight? What was the name of the first arcade game to feature a boss fight? We will go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good start, guys. It's a good start. It's a good start tonight, but it's Space Invaders Part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take the point on that one. It's a good start. Question 2. Let's go with an easier one. In Metroid from 1986, which character is revealed to be... Which character is Samus Aran... Oh, this is kind of a badly worded question. In Metroid, what is the character Samus Aran at the end of the game? What's the big reveal? The way they phrase it is garbage. At the end of Metroid, what do you find out about the main character? There you go. General Strife. Samus is a woman. Strife with the first points of the evening. Okay, question 3. If you were paying attention 2 weeks ago, you should get this one. Which 1985 NES game was the first to include a save feature using a battery? Sorry, 40 years is the cutoff. What 1985 NES game was the first to include a save feature using a battery? It was Zelda. Strife has 2 points. Let's go. Off to a 2-0 lead on the competition. Duck Hunt did not have a save feature, but good guess, Olivia. There are no wrong answers. This is one I learned tonight. What is the maximum level in Pac-Man? In the original Pac-Man, what is the maximum level you can achieve? And if you achieve it, you should go outside and do something. That's fine. 999. Nope. So far, nobody got it. 256 is correct. Ashley got it. Ashley gets a point. Ashley GBT got it. So that will create what's called in video games a kill screen. So the game will just turn off. What book am I writing on? The Sword and the Stone. Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. Want me to read it to you? I have so many random things here, guys. Okay, here we go. Which arcade game introduced the first combo system in fighting games? Which arcade game introduced the first combo system in fighting games? CPJ story. imagine. Y'all are way too modern. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is from like late 80s. It's called Yi Ar Kung Fu. Yi Ar Kung Fu is the first fighting game to include combos. That's another point for me. Kung Fu. The legend continues. Fun fact about this next question. This is actually my favorite video game of all time. I play this game routinely to this day. I love it. I love the storyline, and it's awesome. So here's a question on it. In Final Fantasy IV, what is the name of the main protagonist? He is a Dark Knight at the beginning and becomes a Paladin. In Final Fantasy IV, also known as Final Fantasy II, if you played Super Nintendo, what is the name? Not a boy, Alex. Cecil, the Dark Knight, who becomes a Paladin. Cecil Harvey is correct. I would have accepted Cecil, so Alex gets the point. Dr. Evil is incorrect. Zemus is the name of the bad guy. What year was the original Street Fighter arcade game released? What year was the original Street Fighter arcade game released? Anne says A. We don't have an A. 87 is correct. Nick Thunder with a point. Which NES game was the first to feature the character Mega Man? 19,873 is just a little bit too far in the future. It's not. Mega Man. Yes, that's correct, Strife. Don't overthink it. In Castlevania, what is the protagonist's last name? In the game Castlevania, what is the protagonist's last name? Belmont. Well done. Nick Thunder showing why he is the two-time. Question 10. A. Okay, do you guys remember when Anne switched it up and went C? Do you guys remember that? Hi, Rowan. I almost want to go back and watch those videos because last year during trivia night is when I found out I got the house. Chat. Okay, question 10. What is the secret to unlocking Minus World in Super Mario Bros? What up, Rowan? What is the secret to unlocking the Minus World in Super Mario Bros? It is not a flute. We will go. Oh, you're so close. Yes, the bad pipe. The bad pipe is correct. I will give Alex the point. It's the warp pipe glitch in World 1-2. So, Alex, you can have that point. So, after the first 10 questions, Strife is in first with 3 points. Strife holding on, maybe. First victory of your CPJ Retro Trivia career. Nick, Alex, and myself have 2 points. Ashley has 1. Still anybody's game. Lots of questions left. Here we go. Question 11. Which 1984 game is considered the first survival horror video game? Which 1984 game is considered the first survival horror video game? Womp, womp, womp. Castlevania is incorrect. That's more of a platformer. How many points? You have 4.5, Olivia. You moved up the board. Y'all are close, but incorrect. We're going to go 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Possible CPJ point. All right, the game you were looking for was Haunted House, which was released on the Atari 2600. That is the first survival horror video game. That is my point. Question 12. In Contra, what is the famous cheat code for 30 extra lives? Also known as the Konami code. Yes, it was. In Contra, what is the famous cheat code for 30 extra lives? Also known as the Konami code. There you go. Nick Thunder gets it. Point for Nick. And they use it in Wreck-It Ralph to access the hero's medal that King Candy stole from Ralph. What color? Hey, Laura, what's going on? No start. Start is not in it. You don't have to hit start, but you do have to hit start to start the game. Nope. What color is the ghost Blinky and Pac-Man? Well, yeah, you have to hit start to start the game, but that you would start the game regardless. Hold on. Red is the correct answer, but I'm being summoned. Red is Alex's point. Ashley's getting a little bit uppity in the chat right now, so the king wants to have a word with her. Give me a sec. Oh, okay, King's gone, but he left me a note. It says Ashley minus 5 points and Alex minus 10 points for being unruly in the chat. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to deduct those from the season standings. I don't make the rules. I only obey what the king says. He came in from New York, and he said you guys were being a little bit hard on the host, questioning the answers. Questioning the answers? I don't know about that. Maybe we can get it. Maybe we can calm it down a little bit. Oh, Buck wants them? All right. Question 14. In The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, what is the name of the dark counterpart of Link? Oh, Dark Link is correct. You spelled worse wrong. Ashley spelled worse wrong. Oh, get these people under control, moderator. Jeez, what's going on here? Oh. All right. Hold on. Chat's all bungled up. You don't want to see that mask again? Well, you better behave, because the king will come when people are messing around. Okay. Question. Get some decorum in the chat here. What's going on? You were not put on a ban. You were put on a timeout for 10 seconds. Question 15. What was the first home console to use optical discs? Question 15. What was the first home console to use optical discs? It's not Sega. TurboGrafx is correct. See, the king is still here. He's checking to make sure everybody's doing good. It was the TurboGrafx. Good job, Nick. Ashley's being nice now. She's worried she's about to get another timeout. Question 16. Which arcade game required players to rotate a joystick and punch simultaneously? It's the first one. Which arcade game was the first to require players to rotate a joystick and punch simultaneously? And it was also featured in the movie Bloodsport. It was featured in the movie Bloodsport, showing Jean-Claude Van Damme. Mortal Kombat, little too new. Oh, come on. 5, 4, 3. Oh, Karate Champ is correct. You want a timeout? All right, have one. You get one too. It was the game Karate Champ. Question 17. In Mega Man 2, which robot master is weak to Metal Blade? In Mega Man 2, which robot master is weak to Metal Blade? Yeah, only 10 seconds, Bakerson. I don't want to be that guy. Half of them? No. There's one particularly weak to it. Leaf Man is incorrect. Bubble Man is incorrect. Keep going. Bye, Jake. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. It has arguably the most ridiculous board where you have to jump on these things that appear in the sky. You guys have named... There you go. Tainted Life, thank you for rescuing these guys from going through the cast of Mega Man 2. It was Airman. Tainted Life. Tree Man was not a character. Did it? Oh. Question 18. In Tetris, what is the name of the scoring system that rewards you for clearing 4 lines at once? What's it called when you clear four lines at once in Tetris? You've never played a single Mega Man game? Thank you. It's called a Tetris, the name of the game. If you've never played a Mega Man game, your homework for next week, Strife, is to go out and play some Mega Man. You got to be quick to beat Nick. Question 19. What company created the arcade classic Galaga? No. Yeah, you can go back and play the old ones, though. That's what I do. What company created the arcade classic Galaga? And it was Namco. Nick is on a bit of a heater right now. They are hard to find. Which NES game was banned in some... Which SNES game was banned in some countries for violent content? And fun fact, when it was released on the SNES, they changed the color of the blood. Mortal Kombat is correct. Well done, Strife. It was Mortal Kombat. So I remember begging my mom for Mortal Kombat, and I had a Sega Genesis, and so I ended up getting it. And there was like actual blood in the Sega Genesis version. And then I went to a friend's house, and he had the Super Nintendo version, and it was, you couldn't see it. It was like very tame. It's kind of lame. Okay, after 20 questions, here is the official score update. I have not removed the negative points yet. I'm giving Alex and Ashley a chance to redeem themselves. So Nick has 8. Strife has 4. Alex has 3. I have 3. Ashley has 1. Tainted Life has 1. Do I have a Woody doll? No, I do not. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come on, Buck. Buck, we need some points out of you. Let's go, Buck. In the game Earthbound, classic Super Nintendo game, one of the most expensive Super Nintendo games, if you can find it with the manual, with the cards in it, there's a certain item used to escape battle instantly. What's it called? In the game Earthbound, what item is used to escape battle instantly? White flag is incorrect. Exit mouse is not correct. That's to escape a cave. It's not to escape a battle. Yeah. Rolling, 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 rolling wood. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was called the escape rope or running shoes in certain areas. The exit mouse was for if you were in a cave. The escape rope or running shoes in certain areas. Always got to have an Earthbound question. In Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, which character can wield the cross? In Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, which character can wield the cross? Castlevanias are so good, but they're so hard. Angus Young, Belmont, I'll give you the point. Belmont, yes, yes. From the late 1900s, I do. I have some ancient artifacts. So I'm going to give Simon Belmont, Tainted Life, you're getting a point. And Alex, you're going to get a point. It was Simon Belmont. What is the name of the final boss's name in the original Mega Man? What is the... Ashley, are you being sassy again? What is the final boss's name in the original Mega Man? Dr. Wily is correct. Alex, point. I don't fucking know. Okay, cool. Dr. Wily. Mr. Redundant. Dr. Wily is an epic villain. How does that not get flagged, but last week, like, random, like, things we're getting? What was the first game to introduce the save state concept on home computers? What was the first game to introduce the save state concept on home computers? Hi. How you doing? Welcome to Trivia Night. I like your profile picture. Solid. Oregon Trail is incorrect, but good guess, Laura. Adventureland. I'll give you a hint. It was released on the Apple II. On the Apple II. We will go 5, 4, 3, 2. Good answers. 1. Commander Keen. Goated game. But the game I was looking for was The Bard's Tale. The Bard's Tale. That's another point for me. Good guesses, everyone. Question 25. In Duck Hunt, what device was used to aim at ducks on the screen? This is like the easiest question ever. It was called the Zapper. It was called the Zapper. Strife gets the point. The NES Zapper. Question 26. Which arcade game had a bug that caused a split screen kill screen when reaching level 256? Happy to do it, Laura. Thanks for playing. feel like if you guys don't get this one, you're just not paying attention. Thank you. Pac-Man is correct. General Strife with the point. Oh, this is an obscure role-playing game one, so good luck. What is the name of the protagonist in Phantasy Star 2? What is the name of the protagonist in Phantasy Star 2? Claude is incorrect. Rolf is correct. Nick Thunder with the point. Wow. Goated question. Ashley is refreshing her YouTube, so we're going to give her a check to get back. Is she back now? Ashley hit her ChatGPT question limit tonight, so that's why she's only got 1 point so far. Question 28. Which 1980 arcade game had you navigate a snake eating dots without hitting walls? Probably because it's vertical live stream. Which 1980 arcade game had you navigate a snake eating dots without hitting walls? Also was on the Nokia phone, and it was called Snake, but not Sname. Sname is not the name. Snake, General Stray. Oh, who got ahead? Alex got that. Sname. Sname. Question 29. What was the first home console role-playing game to include a world map? What was the first home console RPG to include a world map? I actually watched a guy beat this game in 15 minutes the other day on YouTube. Wild stuff. Dragon Quest is correct. Dragon Quest was the answer I was looking for. Which games developer is credited with pioneering the side-scrolling shooter genre? Made by Konami. What game is credited with pioneering the side-scrolling shooter genre? Sorry, what game? Not maker. We're going to go 5. It's pretty much on every Nintendo Greatest Hits thing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shooter genre would not be Ninja Gaiden. The game you're looking for was called Gradius. Gradius. Made by Konami. It is credited with pioneering the side-scrolling shooter genre. It was released before Contra. Same company, though. After 30 questions, here are the scores. Nick has 10 for first place. Alex and Strife are tied for second with 6. I've got 5. Tainted's got 2. And Ashley's got 1. Only if you really want to. Bye. Okay, question 31. In Metroid 2, Return of Samus, what is the primary enemy Samus fights? Hi. It's okay. Enjoy your point. In Metroid 2, Return of Samus, what is the primary enemy Samus fights? Metroids is correct. Nick is starting to, I think with that, Nick is now in the season-long lead. Ashley, come home. Which 1989 arcade game was a spiritual predecessor to the Mortal Kombat series? Why it was a spiritual predecessor was because they used real actors to create the people on the screen. You're so close. You're so close, Alex, but you missed a word. No, that's the wrestler. We will go 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. The name you were looking for was the game Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter. Point for me. Question 33. In Super Mario Bros. 2, what unique mechanic differentiated it from the first game? Boy. We will take throwing radishes. Picking up and throwing things is the correct answer. So we're going to go General Strife. The point with that one. It was picking up and throwing objects and enemies. Question 34. In Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, what item allows you to jump? It's okay. You could take Mario or Luigi. The jump spell is correct. The jump spell, which you get from the one town. That's Nick's point. Air Forces. Yes, Buck. Air Forces are the correct answer. Remember the Air Force One song by Nelly? Buy me 2 pair so I can get to stomping in my Air Force Ones. Question 35. What is the default name of the protagonist in Dragon Warrior? What is the default name of the protagonist in Dragon Warrior? I need 2 pair. Paul is not the correct answer. Lemmy Winks is not the correct. The hero is correct. Ashley, congratulations. That is your second point of the evening. Question 36. In Mega Man 3, which character introduces the slide ability? In Mega Man 3, which character introduces the slide ability? Rabbits. It was called Rabbids. It was not Mega Man. It's another character. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was not Rush the dog. It was Proto Man. The fight against Proto Man, and then Mega Man gains a slide ability. Point for me. Question 37. What was the first arcade game to allow 2 players to shoot at each other directly? What was the first arcade game to allow 2 players to shoot at each other directly? It was released by Atari in 1974. It was not called Combat. It's called something else, but good guess. Pong? No. Well, kind of, but no. Duck Hunt, Friendly Fire. That's an excellent answer, but it's incorrect. Battle Bugs is also incorrect. We're going to go 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer was Tank. Tank, released by Atari in 1974. Oh boy, CPJ is picking up the points tonight. Olivia, just keep saying Oregon Trail and you may get a point. Just do the and method. Okay, in Final Fantasy VI, which characters can use the Esper system? In Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo, which characters can use the Esper system? Okay. Remember the game Narc? Anyone is correct. Almost all playable characters. Nick, point. Do you guys remember the video game, the NES game Narc, where you had to walk through the streets and you were like punching like lady workers and like picking up bags of drugs? It was made by Dare, the company that was behind like Stop Using Drugs. All I remember is there was a version of it that came in like a light blue cartridge. Oh, it's great. And then when you got to the end, you had to fight this like big skull that was on this long neck. Okay, question 39. Which classic arcade game features a spaceship named Galaxian? Yeah. And you like had to punch him. Which classic arcade game features a spaceship named Galaxian? It was called Galaxian. Excellent, Strife. Galaga was incorrect. Question 40. In Double Dragon, who is Billy Lee's brother? In Double Dragon, who is Billy Lee's brother? Tommy? No, that's the White Ranger. Jimmy Lee is correct. Tommy Pinesley is incorrect. Nick, point. Nick is just putting the boots to the competition tonight. After 40 questions, 10 to go plus channel bonus. Nick's got 14 in first place. Strife is in second with 8. Alex is in third with 6. I have 8, but I can't win. Ashley has 2. And Tainted Life has 2. Who is... Okay, 41. Ashley has 2, by the way. I don't know if... Did I get that one out? The King's... Tommy, you have a point. Yes. Tommy, you have a point. Which 1990s SNES game featured an anthropomorphic frog protagonist named Frog? I should not put big words in these questions. Which 1990s Super Nintendo game featured a frog protagonist named Frog? Hey, Star Fox is a good guess, but that is not correct. His name wasn't Frog in Star Fox. Battletoads, they're toads, not frogs. I feel like that kind of goes in the title. Chrono Trigger is correct. Battletoads. What unique feature did the arcade game Dragon's Lair use to run its animation? Which unique feature did the arcade game Dragon's Lair use to run animation? Buck, you always make me laugh. Laserdisc. Well done. Strife, you're killing it right now. Oregon Trail. You know what? Olivia, you get a point. You're giving me Ann vibes, and I'm loving it. You're making a memory in the chat right now, and we're going to remember this. Hello. Chat that. Buck, we love having you. She did it. All right, question 43. This computer game was featured in school libraries, often having players travel across the United States of America hoping to reach the West Coast. Everybody gets a point. I'm going to go. Olivia, that was your golden opportunity. What happened? Okay, let's give Olivia a chance to earn 5 points right now. Olivia, this is an Olivia only question. Are you ready? Is the helicopter gone yet? Okay, Olivia. Olivia, here we go. I'm asking you the question right now. What happens? What is the common thing that happens to you when you play Oregon Trail? What do they say that you died of? If you spell it right, I will give you 5 points. Olivia only. In Oregon Trail, it always says you died of this. Spell it correctly in the chat, and I give you 5 points. We're going to give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hey, well done, Olivia. 5 points for you. Let's go. Everybody else gets a point because you all did so good. Yeah, you got a measly point. Ashley, I gave you one. Question 43. Which NES game featured a robot that could copy enemy abilities after they were defeated? Dysentery. Which NES game featured a robot that could copy enemy abilities after you beat them? Mega Man is correct, Alex. There you go. What is the name of the city where the video game Final Fight is set? What is the name of the city where the game Final Fight is set? Metro City. Nick with another point. Wow. Hagar is the mayor. That is correct. Which arcade game is credited with introducing the power-up concept? Which arcade game is credited with introducing the power-up concept? I suck at this. Don't worry, they're not all that hard. No. Sorry, Mario Brothers is incorrect. You guys are going to be so mad when you figure out that it's not Mario. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game that we were alluding to was Xevious. Xevious is the name of the game that first introduced the power-up concept. Cooking Mama is an excellent guess, but unfortunately incorrect. Yes. Nick, I know you like the abstract ones. It's spelled with an X. In Paperboy, what is the main hazard besides pedestrians? In Paperboy, what is the main hazard besides pedestrians? Yeah, obstacles like cars, dogs, lawn gnomes. So I'm going to give Alex the point because Alex got there first. Who would have accepted anything? Which early arcade game had you eat pills while avoiding enemies in a maze? Which early arcade game had you eat pills while avoiding enemies in a maze? And that is correct. It is Pac-Man. Alex, this is your best night of the year so far. No, you did not. The guy that made these questions calls them pills. Easy, Strife. You're tinkering. You're questioning the questioner. That's a good way to get the king out here. Question 48. In the game R-Type, what is the name of the ship the player controls? The R-type. It's R something, but it's not R-type. 5, 4, 3. The arrowhead is not right. 2, 1. Oh, Nick, you just got it in. R9 is correct. Nick, point. Question 49. Which 1987 NES game introduced the concept of multiple weapon pickups for the player? This game is epic. Loved this game. You did not say R9. Ashley, I have no comments from you here. I have damn my internet to hell. And then your next answer was I said R9. Nobody's got it yet. My Little Pony is incorrect, but a great guess. Oregon Trail is not correct. 5, 4. I said, which 1987 Nintendo game introduced the concept of multiple weapon pickups for the players? Just Dance is incorrect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contra did have multiple weapon pickups for the players, but the game that first introduced it was released a year earlier, and it was a game called Blaster Master. Blaster Master, where you roll around on that little tank, and you pick up different power-ups. Remember Blaster Master? Sick game. In Punch-Out for the NES, who is the final opponent before Mr. Dream or Mike Tyson? In Punch-Out for the Nintendo, who is the final opponent before Mr. Dream or Mike Tyson, depending on the version? Final opponent before him. Mike Tyson. Sandman is incorrect. Mr. Hollywood is incorrect. Jake Paul, great guess. Not correct. 5, 4, 3. Bald Bull, good guess. King Hippo, good guess. 2, 1. It is not Soda Popinski. It was Super Macho Man. Von Kaiser, no. Super Macho Man. That's 50 questions. We have made it to the end of Retro Trivia Video Game Night. You have all scored fairly well, considering the questions. But I have stumped you 12 times. 12 times tonight for me. Here's a score rundown before we go into the bonus question. Nick is in first place with 5, 10, 15, 18 points. Strife and Alex are in second with 10 each. Olivia has 6. Tommy's got 2. Tainted's got 3. Ashley has 3. And now we're going to do the bonus question. It is not the Harv 7, but good guess. Yeah, I can see your chat. I can see your chat. I literally can see your chat, Ashley. I'm looking at your chat. Okay, this one is from my most recent long form video. It was posted last Thursday at 8 a.m. It's on the Garfield 2001 100% Garfield Kids Meal Toys. Okay, ready? This one is worth 10 points. Bonus question, 10 points. What was the food Garfield was eating on the reclining chair in the 2001 Pure Garfield's Kids Meal Toy video I reviewed last week? When you push the button, food fell on his foot and got shot into his mouth, and it was burgers. Nick gets there right before Ashley. 10 points for Nick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He just beat you. Hey, he beat you. So he got 5, 10, 15, 20, 28 points for Nick tonight. 28-3. Ashley, I don't want to say that this is an Atlanta Falcons style collapse, but you had an 8-point lead tonight, and Nick got 28 points and you got 3. So now going into the second last week, I can't even take the 5 points away. I won't feel right about it. Even though the king threatened it. I think what happened was Ashley got a little ahead of herself. She got a little arrogant in the chat. She thought she could run things here. The king came in. No, they definitely have a delay. The king came in and Ashley got rattled. It threw her right. No, Alex, I didn't. Threw her right off her game tonight. So there's a lesson there. Be nice to the king. Be nice to me. So the king doesn't have to count. Still in third. Yep, you're still there. Yeah. She did not like that. It was like, when your parent, when you're like a kid and you're being bad in the grocery store and your mom leaned in and went, we're going to talk about this when I get home. And you go, and so you're on your best behavior the rest of the night, but you're totally rattled because when you got home, you're in big trouble. It's kind of like Ashley tonight. I think that's what happened. I was not good in the grocery store. But anyway, we have one more week to go before the grand finale of Retro Trivia Season 4 Winter Edition. I don't know what the questions are going to be next week, but the grand finale will be a bunch of different questions, different genres, all kinds of fun. We'll have fun on the grand finale night, and we'll see who's going to take home the elusive Season 4 championship. And you guys are going to ask me some. Yeah, that's right. So prepare questions for me for the grand finale as well. And then we're going to do something fun after the season ends. I'm going to do like a stream, like a prolonged stream. I'm kicking around the idea of doing like a little like charity stream type thing where something for the Autism Society. If you guys don't know, both my brothers, I have 2 younger brothers. They're both autistic. So I'm thinking about doing some sort of charity stream for that. So kicking around that idea. Do I have a Wii? Heck yeah, I have a Wii. Anyway, I will be here next Tuesday, 7:15. I will see you then for second last week of Retro Trivia Season